What's up, everybody, and welcome to Real Time for the real everyday movie fan. I'm Josh Williams.
And I'm Ryan Murphy.
And today we're giving you a real-time review of Kong Skull Island.
That's right. Kong Skull Island is directed by Jordan Vogt-Roberts, and it stars, let's see, I'm going to count. It's got Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, Brie Larson, John Goodman, John C. Reilly, Toby Kebbell, Jason Mitchell, Corey Hawkins, JIng Tian, and Terry Notary. And Shea Whigham. So just a huge all-star cast of B-list stars. You got a couple of A-listers in there, but there's so many people in this film that are, to people who pay attention, are good actors and awesome actors.
Good up-and-coming ones as well, too.
Yeah. So go ahead. Let's start with you, Josh. Your score out of 10. What did you think of this movie?
I had fun. Let's put it that way. I had quite a few problems with the movie personally. He actually had less than me. I did have a couple problems. I still had fun. It gave me definitely no more than what I wanted, but it gave me no less than what I wanted, which was I wanted monster fights. It definitely gave you monster fights. Sorry, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Only 7, really.
Yeah, okay. There's quite a few problems I had with it. But let's get to some of the big things I did like. The chemistry between the cast was actually pretty good. I mean, you didn't know much about the characters. That was one of the flaws I thought was a big part of the movie. A big glaring flaw is that there was absolutely no character development. There was a little bit here and there, but they were forced. But it wasn't enough for me to care enough about these characters. Almost every single one of them was expendable. But it didn't take away the fact that their chemistry was great. It was fun to watch them joke around on screen.
Tom Hiddleston?
Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston. I was trying to say them all at once. They had great chemistry together. They had quite a few scenes together. Even though they had like sometimes a forced romance that seemed forced.
It was more like an implied, like this might be like, well, this wasn't like there's no kiss. There's no like, it's like more of an implied like comfortableness with each other that happens. It's not like a love interest per se.
The two biggest things of this movie was definitely Kong. He looked fantastic. The actual character design of him, like how he looks, not just the CG, I loved personally. I think he's going to be very formidable against Godzilla when we eventually get that. And the biggest thing was the monster fights. The monster fights are pretty spectacular. The CG, and it's amazing what you can do with visual effects these days. And I was thoroughly impressed. That was for me. All right, what's your score? What did you think?
I'm going to probably give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, he's higher than me. All right.
I really, really enjoyed this movie. I had fun. He's like, oh, I had fun. I'm like, I had fun. It's a good monster fest. What I really liked about it is I think we have a good director here, Jordan Vogt-Roberts, who kind of got this job after making a couple indie films.
His action scenes were pretty spectacular.
He like just some of the scene transitions or the way he shoots or edits certain scenes, and just like it makes you feel like this guy is actually a creative artist in the field of filmmaking, and I'd like to see what he does in the future.
Well, he did. What was that movie he did called? That was
Kings of Summer.
Kings of Summer. It was a really big hit, indie film. So
okay,
that was the only one he did before this.
Yeah, there's that. It's nice to see Tom Hiddleston doing something.
Other than Loki.
Yeah.
And that one, was it Crimson Peak that he did a couple years back?
Yeah. I did not see that. But so those were all good, and the action scenes were just great fun. As far as negatives, I'm going to go ahead and say I wish there was more of a variety of monsters on this island.
Yeah.
Especially given the fact that in the original King Kong and in the 2005 remake, and this is now like this, next version, there's dinosaurs on it. It's an island populated by dinosaurs and King Kong, whereas in theirs there's no dinosaurs. It's just like there's some pterodactyl-looking creatures.
They had a skull of a triceratops in the trailer.
And then there's the skull crawlers, and that's basically it. And that's kind of the same problem I had with the Great Wall, because I went in kind of expecting that there was going to be this huge like monster mash of all these different creatures.
Different variety, yeah. I can see that.
But yeah, King Kong kicks some butt, and that's basically what there is to say. There's a spider also at one point in the movie. But
there is one concern people had that I won't give anything away, but there's a lot of concern people have when they see trailers, like how is he going to be nearly as big as as Godzilla when he eventually fights him? They do answer that for you in the film. It's very subtle, but you get it, and it makes sense. So I'll put it that way. So it actually it answers that concern, at least for me.
Deal.
No, come on. As of right now, how he is in the movie, he's like the size of Godzilla's like midsection.
Okay.
But anyway, some of the biggest problems I have. Well, you did just hear me say it's amazing what this visual effects was. There were a couple spots where the green screen was extremely glaringly obvious that it actually was a problem for me. I won't tell you exactly. There was actually what scenes, but there was a couple scenes. There's one in the trailer where you see the helicopters being thrown around, and all of a sudden you see King Kong's head. In the film, it was glaringly CG. I mean, the depth wasn't that great, so you could just tell. And there was one other scene towards the end that had the same thing. Besides that, the visual effects in CG was fantastic. The other things for me, like I said, the lack of character development. And even then, there's a couple, obviously there's going to be deaths in this movie, but there's a couple deaths where you're left scratching your head, just like, really? That was a stupid choice. Oh, I'm sorry. Stupid choice in the fact
compared to the Wolverine, or compared to some of the choices made in Logan, it was freaking genius.
Oh, God. Okay. But besides that, there's just, that was a bit for me. I didn't care anything about the characters. And that was, then the story was, simple. It was no big deal.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's a good movie. It's a fun time.
It is.
Go see it if you want to have some fun. And it's just setting up. It's really just setting up.
It really is.
Godzilla versus King Kong and all the other monsters that are going to,
I think maybe that was my problem for me. That's what I'm trying to get out is I didn't have any really suspense whatsoever in any scenes. I mean, because for one, I didn't care about the characters, so if they died, I just didn't care. And at the same time, Godzilla.
You didn't care?
Care, care. It's a new word. But for me, also with Godzilla, I had no suspension because I knew he's just going to go on to make King Kong versus Godzilla, so there was no suspense there. But it doesn't take away. Great film. I'll let him say so. I would say I highly recommend it. I do recommend this film. This is a lot of fun in the theater. It's a blockbuster.
It's a lot of special effects.
This
like
is
CGI monstrosity.
The start to the summer blockbusters. It is really, it's really what you want is what you get in this movie. If you love monster fights and just like this movie gives, you will get that and you will have a great time. What about you?
Good, exactly.
You recommend it as well?
Recommend it and go see it.
Go see it, definitely.
Kong, Skull Island.
Kong.
I didn't do that.
I'll do it. I don't care.
Okay.
I have no shame. That'll do it for today, folks. Thank you very much for watching. What did you think of Kong Skull Island? Leave your comments in the section below. And if you haven't seen it, what are you looking forward to the most? Leave your comments as well. Also, if you like what you watched, then please click like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see more of our various content in the future. I'm Josh Williams.
I'm Ryan Murphy.
And thank you for keeping it real.
With ReelTime.